Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. How are we all doing? I feel like that's really quiet for some reason. Try moving this closer without getting in frame. How dare you? Ah, ah, ah. Okay. Still feel like it's quiet. I'm seeing lower numbers than I should. Get that up there a little bit. Okay. I don't know why it's quiet. Let me double check the source, make sure it's going through the right thing here. Yeah. Why is that set to 90? Set that to 100%. That's weird. The rest of it looks fine, so I think it should be fine from here. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Hello, hi, hi, hello, Digishell. How are you? How are you? I should take this picture of what these settings are. Why did I choose some of these the way I did? No worries, no worries. No worries at all. The NVIDIA app is suggesting that I change my settings for the game. So we're going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. Some updates have come out since a new DLSS model can be used, which I kind of was already using, I think, but that's okay. And a bunch of different settings that it says I should try. So I'm going to try them. We'll see what happens. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I'm I'm doing all right over here myself. A little stressed out because I have surgery in like a week and a day. I'm a little nervous about that altogether. I think it's just kind of all hitting. Ugh, I wish there were an easy way to not be nervous about it, but that's kind of the the whole thing with surgery is being nervous about it, right? On some level at least. Just didn't show up on my screen. Sit there. Yeah, so no, I have surgery on Wednesday next week. Which crazy. Crazy. I just had a brownie though, so that makes things a lot better, right? That makes things a lot better. It was a good brownie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Let's see if I can adjust some of these settings here. Okay. Ray reconstruction. How do I have that off? Yeah. That will... Unless maybe that's a new setting? Huh. Alright, it says we should be dropping this down to performance, which, to be fair, I tend to focus on quality, but... That doesn't... Right. This was a new thing. It's not only sunlight, I want all lights now. And texture anisotropic filtering. It says I should up it to very ultra. I'm not going to. Texture pool size to auto. There's no auto. Huh. Vegetation animation quality from high to ultra. Not going to bother with that one either. And it wants me to restart the game, so I shall. Hopefully that isn't going to completely melt my machine from here, but you know, I need it to play The Sims. God damn it. I came up, so I know we talked about The Sims a little while ago. And I mentioned the whole like the whole thing about how I engage with The Sims mostly in just playing, you know, making houses, and that was pretty much it. Is this not opening for a reason, or is it running somewhere? Not somewhere. Weird. Oh, there it goes. Very much slower to start than it used to be, I feel like, but whatever. So, yeah, no, I mostly have engaged with The Sims, or at least the current Sims game, Sims 4, with just building houses. That's pretty much it. Not really terribly interested in the actual gameplay or like living The Sims or anything like that. Just building and decorating. That may be changing a teeny bit because I had a thought. And I had a hard time getting it out of my brain. That you know, one thing that does feel kind of weird about building all these houses is I don't have anyone to put in them, right? And so it's not even necessarily that it like feels like I need to, but it feels like it would be cool to, right? You know, it would be nice. So then I was like, okay, who would I put in some of these things? And I was like, you know, I could put in like recreations of some of my favorite characters, right? We could do like Poirot, and we could do Jessica Fletcher, we could do Miss Marple, you know, do, you know, not just murder mystery people as well, obviously, but like, you know, stuff like that. And I thought that was a really great idea, but then I was kind of like, well, hold on a minute. Like Miss Marple, yeah, she does have a house, and I don't really care too much about that. But like Poirot has a very distinctive condo, right? He has a very distinctive condo and a very distinctive building, and I would feel a lot of pressure to just recreate that somehow. And then like Jessica Fletcher has a rather iconic house. I would feel some pressure to recreate that. And I'm like, oh, well, then I don't really know what I feel about this. And I was thinking about it and going through like a list of characters and TV shows from TV shows, movies, and video games. And I'm like, who would I want to do? And like, are there ones that don't really have distinctive residences, or like I don't really care about their distinctive so-called residences or anything like that? Like, obviously, if I do Lara Croft, I'm going to do Croft Manor. Like, duh. So then I was like, okay, well, how would I do this? And then I thought, kind of stumbled my brain on, because I've been seeing a lot of clips of it around TikTok lately. I don't know if this is just the algorithm doing this to me, or if it's, you know, having a bit of a resurgence right now, because if it is, fabulous, I love that. The birdcage. The birdcage popped in my head, and I'm like, ooh, wait a minute though, I kind of want to do the birdcage, the nightclub, and then also have, you know, Armand and Albert Goldman and Agador Spartacus and Val Goldman, like, and then I suddenly was like, the mechanics are there mostly in the game that I'm aware of, that I could mostly play out the lives of like the family. And I'm like, wait a minute, am I gonna like actually play The Sims now? Am I gonna make fucking like Robin Williams and Nathan Lane and Hank Azaria and what's his face and like recreate the nightclub? And so I might be doing that now. I did not recreate the nightclub, I will say that. I started doing some work on it yesterday and quickly ran into a bunch of roadblocks, while also discovering that there was a really good looking one on the gallery already that would fit into the lot that I wanted it in, no less. So then I was like, oh, well, shit, I just have to do this. So I took the one that was available in the gallery, and I am going to be modifying it because it's not quite right. We do actually have a kind of idea of the layout and floor plan of the apartment that's supposed to be above the nightclub. That being said, the outside of the nightclub was filmed at the Carlisle in South Beach. So I have a lot of references for that. Not that I need a whole lot, because again, the exterior of this person's rendition is great, but the interior leaves a lot to be desired. Because unfortunately, the exterior is kind of just like this very nice Art Deco box, right? And it does have like 4 walls all the way up, all 3 floors or all 4 floors. And the nightclub at the Birdcage, the apartment specifically, there's at least an L-shaped, if not a U-shaped cutout for the pool. But we have like, there's someone who did, I even found the DeviantArt thing. They sell this as merch even, so I don't know whose DeviantArt this is, but they obviously are like legit artists. Legit artists. That sounds so dismissive. It's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. Like professional artists, someone who, professional commercial artists is my best guess. Someone who like actually works with these large companies to draw up like ideas for merchandise and things like that. Commercial artists. That's the word I mean. And they have like a series of floor plans of famous, like, you know, movie and TV show apartments and stuff like that. So they have one. I can look at it. I can like one-to-one. And this person did an okay job getting some of it, but like some of it is, yeah, leaves a lot to be desired. There's also a fair amount of sim stuff kind of shoved in there. For lack of a better term, I don't really know what to call it. Because I was looking around the build yesterday after I placed it, and there's a whole bunch of this, like, you know, flower garden tending stuff and like an apiary and all this other stuff, which sure, I guess if that's what you're into and you want to do that, that's fine, but like it was kind of shoved onto the roof. It's hidden in such a way it's quite cleverly done. I will give it them that. It's hidden in such a way that, you know, from down on the street level or whatever, you wouldn't know. It's hidden behind some of the facade. But like, yeah, looking at the top of it, there's a fucking ladder that goes up from the central courtyard, which shouldn't be a central courtyard in the first place, where the pool is, which is really just a hot tub because they didn't want to build an actual pool. There's a ladder that goes up into the roof, and then there are these like half walls that don't have ceilings, but they have doors in them so that you can go into these little areas and do this other stuff. And I'm like, I cannot see myself engaging with these most of the time anyway. Like, I remember back in our conversation when I talked about the Sims franchise and how like my perfect Sims game would be like the build and decoration, the build pools of Sims 4 with the customization open world of 3 and the gameplay of 2 with the spirit of 1, basically, right? And I go back to 2, like that was the last time, the Sims 2 was the last time that I really like used all of the game when I was playing the live mode stuff. Like that was the last time that I really did all of it. Whereas like Sims 3, I think even I didn't, like, I had all the expansion packs, or most of them at least, and I didn't make use of all of that. Absolutely not. Like, there was a lot of it that I just never got around to doing and never really had very much interest in doing. And Sims 4 is even bigger than that. There's even more gameplay available. You can do all this other stuff as like hobbies or as side things or as whatever, and like I'm not interested in all of that. So yeah, not saying, you know, anyone who is somehow less than or whatever, but like it doesn't make sense for me in what I'm looking to do with this, you know, recreating the birdcage house and family and everything, to do that. And then I'm told that with this upcoming expansion, it's very likely that I would be able to changed the lot type to actually be a nightclub with an apartment above it, because you can have like stores and cafes and businesses on like below your apartment now, with the new expansion that's coming out next week, I think, actually. The day after my surgery. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm curious about... I mean, I will say it seems very smooth already. Now we're in like low stakes environment right here, but let's throw this on there. FPS NA. Holy shit. My FPS right now is all the way in the 110s, 120s. No wonder why it seems so fucking smooth. Holy shit.
Boss is next. Come on.
Yeah, that guy's fucking good. I don't need that. So yeah, we're probably in Shanghai, given the, you know, everything here. I don't remember how to play this game. That sounds like gunfire. What's happening in Shanghai right now? Hold on. We're in 1935, 36, right? Pretty sure Shanghai is in the process of being invaded by the Japanese. So that's probably happening. It's fine. From the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, that looks like we didn't do much to this building, because the rest of the fucking buildings look like that. Holy shit. Gina, are we fucked? We might be fucked. Possible to build residential lots without a sense of who lives there. That's fair. I mean, most of what I've built so far, the first build that I started, I haven't finished any of the 3 builds, mind you. The first build I started was an Italianate Victorian, like 1870s, 1880s. So late Victorian period Italianate. And I mostly did it because I wanted to see if I could. That was pretty much it. You know, can I just come up with an Italianate Victorian in my head and make it work? And the answer was yes, mostly. I say mostly because I started running out of ideas of what to do with the rooms. I had so many. It's because of the attic. The attic was the thing that really killed me, because I was like, all right, I want to make this like a historically inspired house, but it doesn't need to be a historical house. So no, we will not be having like the team of maids that live upstairs. We're going to figure out something else to do with the attic space. There's going to be like a laundry room that'll have a laundry machine, stuff like this. But at the same time, I wanted it to look like it still had original fixtures. Never got around to finishing that attic space. Never got around to landscaping and exterior stuff. It's the closest one to being finished. It really is. And what was kind of the other difficult thing about it that I wasn't happy about is I didn't plan the second floor well enough. The bedrooms are unfortunately rather small, especially like the master suite is smaller than I would like it to be. I mean, it has enough space. It's fine, but it is tighter than I wanted. For a house that has otherwise very roomy things for the Victorian period. But at the same time, it doesn't feel completely out of place. It just feels a little tighter than I would have liked. So, small personal thing. It fits in the space. And then I started I ran into a TikTok of a realtor showing a property in Richmond, California, I believe, which is across the bay in San Fran. And that was what was really cool about it, because he actually went out. You go in onto the second floor and you go out to the back, and it's all this beautiful mid-century modern, like original. Everything is fucking original. But in some cases to its detriment. You know, not in the sense that it was like falling apart, but in the sense like, oh my god, that wallpaper. There were some spaces in the first floor basement thing that felt like you were in a set of the Brady Bunch gone wrong. Like, ugh. But there were some really beautiful spaces as well, and I wanted to like recreate that. And then there was this really great thing where you walked out onto that back porch, that back deck, and you just got to see the entire San Francisco Bay in front of you. It was so fucking cool. And I was like, I want to recreate that. Now I can't really recreate the like cool vista that's in there. And I put it in the place that makes the most sense for the architecture style, which is the desert one. I don't remember exactly what. So everything's fucking flat. And I did kind of have to create this weird hill because all of the lots come flat with no landscaping really around them. And I'm not a fan of that, actually. It's something that I miss from Sims 3, which is hilarious because whenever that happened in Sims 2 and 3, even 1, I would flatten the whole fucking lot first thing I did when I got there. um, and now I look back on that and I'm like, I could have been working with the land this whole time. Anyway, so that one's pretty close to finished. Actually, it's just really slow. Partially because it's hard. It becomes surprisingly difficult to vary things with mid-century modern. After a while, they all start kind of looking sort of the same. Mid-century modern is one of those styles that works really well in an open concept space, just because you want all the furniture to feel cohesive. But then once you start adding in, like, in this case, there's like 4 or 5 fucking bedrooms for some goddamn reason. And I'm following most of the floor plan of this fucking house, mind you. But after you get to like the third bedroom, you're like, I've run out of different looking beds. They all look the fucking same. Like, this one is just a little darker than that one. Like, they're just different colors. And it feels weird. So that's where that one kind of stalled. And it's going to be hard to landscape it because the landscaping of the original house was so distinctive, but it really required there to be that hill and that lookout over San Fran Bay. I don't know what to do about that. And then the last one that I've been working on was, again, another TikTok realtor that I ran into that was showing another Bay Area property that was mid-century modern. This one was actually a renovated mid-century modern. It was kind of striking to look back at an older listing before it had obviously been renovated and flipped. Um, and I don't necessarily say flipped in a derogatory sense in this particular case. I'm going to say that. With a little asterisk there. But yeah, going back and looking at what the original house looked like, and I was like, woof, this this is bad. But then looking at the renovation, the flip that was done, it was actually quite well done. It was actually quite tasteful. With the asterisk that it needed so much more fucking color. It was so colorless on the inside. The outside was gorgeous. They painted it this lovely deep forest green, whereas before it had basically just been painted brown to look like wood. But it was made of wood, and why you can't just have stained wood, I don't understand. But in the absence of that, paint it something different. And they painted it this lovely green color. Um, they installed some really nice features that actually looked really well. The kitchen was fucking gorgeous. Oh my god! But with this like beautiful deep green um lacquer on like all of the appliances and like this dark green marble countertops, like gorgeous. They obviously had some accent colors in mind, but then yeah, it was like white carpets, white walls, white ceilings. Um, all of the color that came from anything in the house came from the artwork, came from the wood fixtures. Like there was color, but it was harder and harder to find. So I'm kind of putting my own twists on it and adding some color back into it a little bit. But that one's totally fucking stalled. So it is also one that was built on a hillside, but this one I was able to kind of more adapt to a flat lot relatively easily. And I also feel like it's on a lot that's too small. The deck is all encompassing. It's huge. It's crazy. Um, Chateau you made a while back. Attic remains empty. Entire room on the second floor remains empty. Yeah, that's the problem with building these giant houses. You're like, I want to build this gorgeous, massive mansion. And you can, and it's awesome when you do, but then you sit there and you're like, what the fuck do I do with all this space? Damn it. Um, it's like, I don't know. There's still some part of my brain that, like when I was a kid, I would look at houses like the Newport mansions, even, which were considered small during their time, mind you. They were cottages. The Breakers, even the Vanderbilt's mansion, built by Cornelius Vanderbilt II, um, was less than half the size less than half the size of their New York house. Their New York house had 150 rooms, and the Newport mansion had 70. And so, yeah, like on some level, I look at Breakers, I look at the Elms, and I'm like, I love all of this. I love this space. I wish I could live here. Another part of me looks at that and I'm like, what would I do with all of that? Like, I need like 2 bedrooms, 2 offices, a formal dining room, a kitchen, like a formal living room, sitting room kind of a thing. A casual sitting room, an actual living room, right? Family room, whatever you want to call it. Maybe a conservatory and a ballroom. I don't need a separate room for breakfast because I consider that to be either the dining room or the conservatory. Because the only reason I want the conservatory is so that I can sit there and have coffee surrounded by, like, fountains and plants and nice things that I don't have to take care of. Ballrooms for entertaining, along with the formal living room. Casual living room is very obviously where you get in your pajamas and watch movies and shit. 2 bedrooms, one for me, one for my boyfriend. That's basically all I'm gonna need. 2 offices, one for him, one for me. Again, like I'm just thinking of the Elms specifically. There's, I guess, a library. I don't know. I would consider that my office though. Yeah, so I don't think that's a separate thing. So yeah, I don't need a separate library. I don't need a morning room. I don't need a powder room. Yeah, there's just so many extra bedrooms on the second floor of the mansion. Don't even get me started on the servants' quarters. The kitchen is massive. Obviously, don't need that much space. But then again, the reason the kitchen was massive was because the hosts would put on giant parties that required constant cooking and catering. Nowadays, you just have someone come in and cater, and you don't need that kind of, infrastructure to handle it. But that's the thing, you try to build these historic mansions, like historic looking properties, and how the fuck do you do it? How do you do it? How do you get all of that? Because yeah, like you end up with all this empty space, and you're like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I'm not making a family that has 15 children and they all need their own palatial fucking bedroom. Like, we're not doing that. Oh, and yeah, the mid-century, yeah, Oasis Springs, that's the one. Yeah, thank you. The birdcage, by the way, I'm putting in Ciudad Enamorada. I think I'm saying that right, Enamorada. So that's kind of cool. It's the closest one that I could figure to something that's like, south slash Palm slash, that area of southern Florida. There was another one that kind of gave me sort of Caribbean vibes. I think it's Tartosa is kind of Caribbean vibes, and that one actually has a thing on the beach, which would be great. But it's like sleepy. It's like a sleepy town in Puerto Rico, not like, I don't know, not like, a bustling, vibrant city kind of a thing. And I think the other one I looked at was San Myshuno, which I was like, this is too Northern California. I was just looking at the artwork even, and I'm like, the water here is cold. I'm looking at this and I'm like, the water is cold. So it's not happening. Like, this is a place where people can wear sweaters sometimes, and that is not where the birdcage is set. There was one other that I think I considered for about 5 seconds, but yeah. Yeah, Ciudad Enamorada. That's where I ended up. And I ended up just replacing the nightclub with it. Anyway, the game.
We are in the middle of a portal. Where are we?
Shanghai! And those are Japanese warplanes!
Come on, jump!
Well,
Mio Dio.
this is fine.
This is really, really, really bad.
No shit.
You think so?
Oh, there's the anchor. So when they dig all of this up later on, is anyone going to be confused about the
We gotta get off the streets!
German warship?
Keep your head down!
We have to get away from here, Jones.
What, no sightseeing?
I love that, though. They were just white simfluencers, just can't pronounce basic Spanish. Like, not saying that mine was perfect either by any means, but, like, I was mostly just trying to remember the order of the syllables. I know it had, like, it was basically the, you know, a play on, I think, is it just, I don't think enamorado is actually, is that actually a word, or is that, oh yeah, no, it is, in love. Okay, city in love, right. I was thinking of enamorado, which is enamored, which, you know, close. I guess enamorado is kind of a synonym. It's interesting that, huh, it ends in an A, but I don't know. I trying to bring back my high school Spanish here a little bit. Um, I mean, so okay, my hot take about Spanish, it's complicated. Like, it's not just about Spanish; it's about any. I'll say it about European languages, but it kind of applies to any language. I think there is a difference between people who can't pronounce it and don't try, people who try, and people who learn how to pronounce things correctly. I don't know what it is about me that forces me to want to pronounce things correctly. Um, and like, I have enough skill to do so. You know, because I'll say, like, for my, not to throw her under the bus here, but my mother is not actually very good at pronouncing words that are not in English. Um, like, when we go to an Italian restaurant, she will often pronounce Italian words with a very heavy-handed English accent, you know, mispronouncing C's and, you know, mixing up some syllables sometimes because she just looks at it, tries to quickly decipher it, and then says what she thinks it is instead of kind of sounding it out or anything like that. But then again, I try to remember that I have had, like, the weird music, like classical music background that has given me this, like, weird mishmash of knowledge of Italian, French, German, and Spanish. Um, like, we all have to know Italian on some level because opera was written exclusively in Italian until the late 17th, the late 1700s, early 1800s. It was the language of opera. Period. Anything outside of that was, like, not okay. Um, and we had to know Italian because up until that point too, it was also just the language of music. All of the tempo markings, all of the you know, direction is given in Italian. And then eventually, usually originally from the Germans, Mozart very specifically started some of this. Um, you know, you can see it in his earlier operas are like Le Nozze di Figaro, The Marriage of Figaro, in Italian, but then some of his later works, Die Zauberflöte, is in German. And they started kind of nailing down, like, no, we want to write operas in our own native tongue. And then the Germans kind of took off in the 1800s, where they started writing everything in German, so their own tempo markings, all that stuff. French, you kind of end up learning somewhat from the same 19th century push. There was this big push in France as well to write things in their own French language. But the French also completely dominated the early Baroque scene. It was literally like Francois Lully. I don't think that's not Francois. Jean Baptiste Lully. Sorry. Francois. Where the fuck did that come from? Jean Baptiste Lully And like all of the major, like, because France was the court of the time, like it was the dominant royal power during the 1600s, um, and it was because they were the height of fashion for such a long period and they set the social standards. They actually created the musical forms based around dance that we still use today. The courant, the gigue, the uh, um, it's the predecessor to the waltz. In three, and my brain is suddenly forgetting what it is. But yeah, so you end up having to learn a lot of that stuff. In Spanish, well, I don't really know where the Spanish came from. I got to be honest. They basically popped into the scene for the religious stuff and then disappeared for all the rest until you get to the 19th century and all of a sudden the Spaniards are back. So yeah, I kind of have this bastardization of all of that. And then when I was in undergrad freshman year, I actually took a class on United States Chinese relations throughout history. And that really kind of nailed into me some basics of Chinese pronunciation. I'm not going to say I'm great, but some basics of Chinese Mandarin, so that I can at least pronounce people's names relatively correctly. Knowing that an X is pronounced kind of like a soft sh, like a zh, is really helpful. Especially when you work in a field like mine, in academia and in, in higher ed and in music, where there is a lot of East Asian representation. So I don't know. We definitely are incredibly fucking white up here. I'm not going to say anything else about that. And like the Midwest, incredibly fucking white. All of that is very true. And I think, especially Simmers will be probably mostly Midwest, probably. And I think because you don't have that exposure to other cultures as much, less so in the Midwest, even, I will say, because by God, it was somehow surprisingly difficult to find anything other than American food in some parts of Ohio. I swear to God. Finding Italian restaurants in Georgia was also really difficult. Finding Italian restaurants, finding a Mexican place that was halfway decent, sucked. It was amazing that I had better Mexican food here in Boston than I did in Georgia, but there you go. But like, yeah, it's very, you don't get exposed to these things and no one can correct you because no one thinks about it. And then, yeah, you suddenly get hit with, seeing something like Ciudad Enamorada, and you're like, how to Ciudad Enamorada, like it's high school Spanish class for a bunch of white folks. It wasn't the Landler, no. That was a German dance thing. It's killing me. Hold on, French dance forms. It's funny because I know minuet. That's what I was looking for. The minuet. Yeah. Because minuet especially is used quite frequently in symphonic works as well. I mean, a lot of the dance forms were used in symphonic works at some point, but minuets became very common in symphonies, specifically in a symphony form. So, I mean, I have 2 fucking degrees in it, and I work in a music library, so don't worry. I am right there with you. I should have realized that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Actually didn't see that coming. The urgency right now is not here because I can't stop talking about The Sims.
If this conflict spreads, it could spark another world war.
Well, I got
focus on not dying.
bad news for you, dear. staring at this wall. Is this wall a secret passage?
I wrote an article on the Japanese invasion of China. Never imagined I would experience it.
Well, we get out of here in one piece. You can write another one.
Oh, that works. Yeah.
Look!
Japanese bombers!
Somehow, we're fine. It's fine, don't worry. Where do I go here? I don't... I want to explore. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything here. You know? Like that.
Total destruction. Everywhere.
Well, how do you feel like doing it in the future again? Because it's gonna happen. Something World War
Come on!
II. Oh.
Why'd you have to do that?
I don't know why it took me so long to pull out the fucking gun. I forgot how to do it. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, this is gorgeous. I also gotta say, the game is doing a really good job. Like, this feels so much smoother than anything I was playing before, so rendering.
What are we doing, Jones?
I don't fucking
Trying to
know.
find a way out.
In one piece.
Wait! Come look at this.
2 out of 7 notes. I swear to God, if I miss some notes. Bob and weave.
Maybe I could learn something from this.
Look where I'm pointing. It's a plane. I can fly that thing.
You can fly?
I know it's a long shot, but do you have another idea?
That wasn't an answer.
I need to check if the engine works first.
All right, I guess we have a plan.
All right, well, we're gonna fly a plane. Not the weirdest thing we've done lately, so.
Brilliant.
I have my moments.
It would be great, I admit, if we could have a reference somewhere Temple of to the Temple of Doom. Which I know, controversial, but there hasn't been one that I've noticed so far. And we are in Shanghai, where the Temple of Doom begins. Not really that far before this either. Temple of Doom, fun fact, is a prequel. I always forget it's a prequel, for those who didn't know. Which is why it seems like it doesn't make sense. Oh, fuck.
This is madness!
Let's
Nope.
keep moving.
It is. Secrets. Recipe for chicken soup dumplings. Oh, fucking love chicken soup dumplings.
One of my favorites.
I don't think I want to read what's in that. Yeah, chicken feet. I don't want to think about what's in the soup dumplings, but I do want to eat them. To be fair, I don't want to think about what's in most food. How do I get back? Like, I really try not to think about the fact that I'm eating meat half the time. I'm gonna lie. That's literally where I am. Bao, I know. Oh my god. We have this great fucking Hunanese place near here. I think it's near here. I've only ordered it delivery because I started ordering it during the pandemic. So, and they do just the best fucking soup dumplings. Oh my god. Oh, that worked. Okay. I think he would be able to jump that high. They do the best fucking soup dumplings, and I actually really like their General Tso's too. It's a very different flavor from what I get from most. I know that's a basic white bitch answer thing to to order, but listen, American Chinese food is good. I don't think anyone's disputing it. But it's interesting because it is like a specific Hunanese restaurant. It's not like your sort of Cantonese fusion sort of thing. It is, yeah. That being said, also, while we can in Boston very luckily get like very specific regional, much more authentic Chinese cuisines, I so desperately want to find like perfect nexus of the kind of cheap neighborhood American Chinese, like catch-all Cantonese fusion thing place that doesn't make me feel like trash after eating it. Because so far, the only ones that I can find are so full of sodium that I literally feel my heart rate going up as I eat it. And there was this restaurant near where I lived up in New Hampshire that was delicious and specifically was good at that kind of stuff. Like, their wonton soup was to die for. I would literally kill to know what is in that broth so that I can make the broth just alone.
We need to get to the other side.
There's the pilot.
Easier said than done. Follow me.
This is making me remember that I need to go out for dim sum sometimes. I really want to go back to Windsor. Oh, fuck. In our Chinatown, we have this tiny little dim sum place called Windsor Cafe. There's actually a larger one
Find a way back up.
a little ways away, I guess. I don't know exactly. A small city south of Boston, basically. There's another one that's supposedly bigger, and therefore you can more easily get in. But like, I don't know, some of the charm of Windsor is quite literally how fucking hard it is to get in.
Time of my life.
It's this hole in the wall in Chinatown where like the waitresses absolutely hate that you're there, but will get you everything you need and want without much asking, to be honest. Like, you don't need to ask for napkins. If you order something really messy, they will come by, give you a giant stack of napkins, and roll their eyes at you at the same time for not asking ahead of time.
You made it.
But if you ask ahead of time, they will also roll their eyes at you for asking. I love it. And some of the best pork buns in the city, I swear to God, their custard buns are to fucking die for. I just want to go back. I want to go back. They don't do the carts, though. A lot of people really like the carts. I'm okay without. I've done it with and without. And I don't know. So I've only found like 4 of the 7 things. We're gonna get this plane going somehow. Oh, I'm gunning.
See, that's it, Theo. need to get it straight or we can't take off.
Okay, let me see if I can bring that tail up for you. There!
Oh, shit.
Gina, pull up!
I'm trying!
All right.
I want you to die!
Thank you. This would make such a good actual Indiana Jones movie. They have to be sweating in this.
Spoke too soon!
Don't shoot the tail. Don't shoot the tail. These guys. Oh, those ones.
Ah, what happened?
They got us!
I'm so glad that. Okay, that was great. That was great. I accidentally shot the tail. Oh no, what happened? They got us. Thank you. I love this. Okay. Try not to shoot the plane challenge. Or be gonna take out the whole Japanese Air Force.
I'll try!
Tail is fucking shredded, though. Good news, I don't have to worry about hitting the top of the tail anymore. Okay. Obi-Wan! Oh, shit! Okay. That was the bar that they started out in Temple of Doom, the Obi-Wan bar. Ah, okay. I was waiting for it because they've had so many fucking Easter eggs so far, and I was like, you can't ignore Temple of Doom. Nobody wants to talk about it, but you can't ignore it. What we aren't going to do is talk about the fourth one. That one we're gonna fucking ignore. But thank you. I'm so glad that happened.
An old friend!
Maybe you could introduce me while we're here.
Sure. We could stop by for a coffee.
Voice lines for it too. Thank you. That made me happy.
We're losing altitude.
I'll get us a new plane. Don't crash!
Thanks for the advice.
I'll get us a new plane?
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
Just
Yes.
hold the plane still!
Holy shit. Okay.
How's this? Another time, chum. Wait off! Shit! Out of my way, pal!
Oh, don't worry, you're fine.
Gina!
Jones!
Get in!
This is...
Trying.
I mean, remember when the Mitsubishi Corporation did good engineering? I don't even know. Do Mitsubishi cars even exist anymore? Or have they stopped making them? I hardly ever see anything like post 2000s on the road.
Give me a hand with this!
All their good engineering was for the Japanese Imperial Navy, right? I think my dad had a Mitsubishi car at one point.
You're hurt. Here.
Thank you. I still don't know how this rug could bring us halfway across the world.
Well, it didn't. We landed in
Only thing I
Shanghai.
know is
Oh,
no one can ever use those stones again.
What's your theory, Professor?
Think about it. Nazis use them, they end up on the top of a mountain. We use them, and we end up dodging bullets and bombs in a war zone. I've seen what happens when mortals mess with this kind of power. It doesn't end well.
No.
Look, I can drop you off at the nearest harbor. Maybe you can catch a boat to Italy.
I'm not going anywhere, Jones.
Well, all right.
Where are the other stones?
Well, the nearest site on the Great Circle would be Sukhothai, deep inside the jungles of Siam.
But what if Boss has already taken it?
Not a chance. None of the relics in the Vatican treasure chamber came from Sukhothai. It's got to be there.
What are we waiting for, then?
By the way, there was some nice flying back there.
Yeah?
I don't suppose you know how to fly this thing, do you?
Excuse me?
Nothing. Just might have a little trouble with the landing, that's all.
hold on, I'm looking up right now. Mitsubishi A6M0 had a range of over 2,600 kilometers, or 1,600 miles. I don't know exactly where they landed. They didn't land in Sukhothai, but now from Shanghai to, let's say, somewhere in I want to say they landed somewhere around the border of Thailand and Laos, maybe? Let me just put that in. See what that looks like. Yeah, that is about double the range of the plane, so it is a little unrealistic. just a tad bit. Yeah. Now, of course, that's driving directions, so, grain of salt, but I can't imagine that even as the crow flies, we are going to get that.
We should talk to the locals.
Yes, but we have to earn their trust. I don't think the people here are very happy with all this fascisty around.
Oh, you know I'm starving. Here's all I got left. Do you want some?
Yes, please.
Oh, hey, fella. It's like you could use this more than I could. Traveling through the Siam jungle.
I was to say, more fascists?
That looks like an hotel.
Who's occupying?
I get us rooms.
All right. Hey, just keep a low profile.
Just dictatorships.
How about you? Think they got a phone in that place? I should call Marcus.
Yeah, okay. So, dictatorship allied with Japan, basically. Indy Sandwich House? Yeah. See, I prefer to use... I prefer to use heavy metal objects, because they make very satisfying noises. Especially in the last place, in Egypt, the noises that they made when you hit Nazis over the head was very nice.
Pensavo che la gente del posto fosse più amichevole.
Hai sentito di Enzo? Qualcuno l'ha gambizzato.
Sta diventando pericoloso.
But the Italians are here?
Sono sempre più frequenti.
Se ne occuperà Boss, vedrai.
So when she said fascisti, she literally meant fascisti, not like fascists, just in Italian.
Dio santo, ma ti senti? Tieni a freno la lingua o rischi di perderla.
What the fuck are the Italians doing here? Give me a minute here. Part of the League of Nations, Siam imposed economic sanctions on Italy in 1935 in response to its invasion of Ethiopia. It was opposed by the future Prime Minister and then Minister of Defense. 1935. Huh. Yeah, as far as I can tell, I don't understand why the Italians are here. Yeah, it's too bad. We haven't had Japanese represented here at all. Allowed to go in here?
Oh, let's see here. Oh, it'll be a nice parting gift.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, we did get to punch them. Not nothing. That rude German asked for food. Okay, so the Nazis are here too. Because I want to watch him burn, I'm going to make 20 roughly chopped chilies, including seeds? Wow. Yeah. Schnitzel, that is not.
Spicy. I like spicy.
Make them squirm. Shit. Jesus. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you, sir. Wake you, but you look like you were trying to hide what you were looking at. You weren't looking at anything interesting. Right? That's a good alternative. Can't make your own store-bought is fine. But again, I guess it's weird that we have such buy-in from the Italians, which makes sense. We were in Italy, and then we had such buy-in from the Nazis because they are the traditional villains of the Indiana Jones universe. They were fucking crazy. But we don't have the Japanese as much, given that we were just in Shanghai, so obviously they were there. News article, here we go. Rumored archaeological thefts in Sukhothai. Foreign archaeological delegation visiting. Foreign archaeological delegation? God damn it. Marred by accusations of thievery, witnesses claim the soldiers accompanying the archaeological expedition as protection against rebels have been stealing valuable historical artifacts, intending to ship them back to Europe. The general of the Royal Siamese Army in Sawan-Kalak region dismissed this as baseless rumors. The expedition was sent by Italy's great leader Benito Mussolini to exchange knowledge benefiting our countries. Yeah, so setting up for just the Italians.
Boss can do whatever he likes as long as the general gets paid.
I'm confused if Thailand, at this time Siam, had such close relationships with the Japanese Imperials, why aren't they the ones here sending things? When did the alliance between Imperial Japan and Nazi Germany happen? The Anti-Comintern Act was in 1936, 25th of November, so I think that's after this. The Pact of Steel didn't come around until 1939. And the Anti-Comintern was mostly against the Soviet Union, and that was about it. But then the tripartite, I don't know, should I say that? Agreement between Germany, Italy, and Japan signed in Berlin in 1940. Defensive military alliance eventually joined by Hungary, Romania, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia. Which was basically a mutual defense contract. Huh. So yeah, I guess this is before the Axis powers really happened. Or they were the Axis. Still in formation. Na na. Na na na. Na na na.
Salve.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I don't think I can wear... Wait, where... well, I guess they aren't black shirts down here. They're wearing some other kind of thing, so I can't wear my old black shirt uniform to throw them off. I don't think the priest habit will do much down here. I mean, I don't know. Christian missionaries do get around the worst possible way, so that I suppose.
Il convoglio del generale sarà qui tra qualche ora, passo.
Sì, signore, passo.
Fate in modo che i veicoli siano pronti per la consegna al generale, passo.
Naturalmente, signore, passo.
E vedete che tutto sia perfetto. Siamo nel paese come ospiti del generale, non sarebbe felice di ricevere attrezzatura scadente. Passo e chiudo.
Salve.
Hello?
You know, listen in on your military communications, no big deal. You guys aren't fucking stopping me, so...
Buona giornata.
Hey.
Walked in and took all your food. Again. No one's stopping me. There we go. In the rebellion, stop the general from selling our country's history. Oh, there you go. Fight for your heritage or lose it.
They're organizing a rebellion.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't bother you. I already came this way. Okay. Alright, well, I think I've found everything that can be found here.
Hello?
Nice tea service. Very pretty.
Let me see here.
Sukhothai rebels attacked foreign archaeological expedition. Following a series of violent rebel attacks on the foreign expedition Sukhothai, the general was vowed to end the bloodshed. Soldiers now accompany the expedition to ensure their safety.
Bonjour.
At least the people are fighting back.
Where?
Welcome to Siam.
Thank you.
We get rooms?
Can we get rooms? Ah, calling. Making a telephone call. I'm just getting all these first. Blood range hit the Sauron
Hello?
Kalak region. It's just, there's a lot of flying.
Monsoon season hit hard.
Borrow that.
I would like a room. I saw a telephone over there.
Good, thanks.
All right, well.
Ciao.
Operator มีอะไรให้ฉันช่วยไหม
Yes, operator. I'd like to place an international call, please.
Hello.
Marcus, did you find the page?
Yes, you were right, Indiana. There are legends about a lost ziggurat in the jungles of Sukhothai. Supposed to be a haunted place, shunned by the Khmer. But legends are unreliable.
You must be busy. I'll come back.
And even if it did exist, no one could tell you where.
That's what I thought. Look,
Reception is deserted. How's your friend?
Who's that? Have you met a lady?
No, of course not. Marcus, don't be ridiculous. Try the bell.
I've just done it.
Try again. You still there,
Going
Marcus?
on?
Indiana, I have to tell you something.
Well, what is it?
The college administration. They decided to let you go.
Oh,
give me a
shit.
second. They're gonna fire me?
I told you that running off during midterms would get you in trouble, old boy.
Oh, okay. Look, Marcus. I can't stop now. I'm committed. Do you mind?
Oh, hey.
Where are stones?
I'm sorry,
Hello, Lucas.
Indiana.
Why don't you ask Voss? He's the one who took him from the Vatican, not me.
Last chance to leave.
Hello?
Life is precious,
Indiana?
even yours.
Are you there?
Sawarika? Thank you so much. Very helpful.
Hello?
Is that a threat?
Operator?
A kindness.
I think I've lost Paul. Operator? Operator?
Jones. What happened? You're quiet as a sheet.
So, it's nothing.
Well, it took me a while, but I finally got us some rooms. Jones.
Okay.
Here is the key to your room.
Thanks.
See you in the morning.
I've arrived at the hotel far from the busy halls of Chulalongkorn? Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Chulalongkorn University. I feel the serenity of Sukhothai settling on me, even though I've only been here a short while. I need this change of scenery just as I need more fields. As much as I love old books, I have to uncover the truth myself. Following in the footsteps of Prince Vajiravud. Probably messing that one up. Obviously, when I mentioned earlier that pronouncing things in different languages is something that I try to do, I am trying, but I'm not very good at Southeast Asian and Southern Asian languages. I think I can kind of muddle through a lot of Indian, but yeah. Don't even get me started on Arabic. Anyway. Right? I was same. Thai names and Dutch. Dutch fucked me up. Too many goddamn consonants. Even though I grew up here, it wasn't until I read the story of an excursion to the cities of King Rung that I appreciate how much of our history remains to be discovered. Found a wonderful photograph taken by Prince Vajiravud. University Library. Perhaps it is from when he was preparing to embark on his journey to the ruins of Sukhothai on January 4th, 1907. Wonder how much of his studies at Oxford inspired him to do this. Tomorrow I shall make the river journey to the village. I brought gifts for Uncle Sinan and fried egg. Feels good to be back. I wonder if the old treehouse is still there. Perhaps I could use it as base for my field work.
Been to that university plenty of times before.
Don't you love rain? It washes everything clean.
Gina. I'm sorry about Laura.
I don't know what I'll do if we get through this. I can't go back to my normal life. What about you? What are you going to do?
Start looking for a new job, I guess.
Any family?
She,
She?
didn't work out. She said I was too busy chasing the past. Didn't make good on my promises. You know. Fixing the porch. Fancy dinners.
Well, I can see how you could drive a woman away. For what it's worth. When we first met, I thought you were a heartless grave robber.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
And, what do you think now?
And I was wrong. You do have a heart.
So just a grave robber, then?
We all have our weaknesses.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big boom.
What's happening?
We have to get out of here.
I'll meet you in the lobby.
Well, start, good things, all right.
Come on.
E arrendetevi o apriremo il fuoco!
Stay away! They're going to attack the hotel!
We can help.
Continuate a sparare!
How do I reload? How do I reload? This has been a confusion I've had this whole time. Huh. RT, okay. What? Why the fuck are you... Oh, okay, wait. We've got better guns. We use these. Ooh, that's a...
We need to get out of here! There's a way out through
Okay, I shot that man in the face.
Look for a key.
They destroyed the door! Punch it there!
Ah, fuck. Okay, yep.
Non fermiamoci! Bisogna sparare!
No, we don't have time!
Pensavo che sarebbe stato malato di quell'entia!
I'm getting hit all the way from here. Oh my god.
There's too many keys, Gina! This isn't the right key. I can't find the damn key!
Okay, I've picked the lock. Someone cover me!
I'm coming, Gina!
Basta così! Date fuoco all'hotel!
I need,
My hands are shaking!
You can do it! Stay focused!
how the fuck do I reload? I don't understand. Why can't I reload this weapon? Like, why is it not working? Punch, shoot, throw, and reload. right trigger, not right bumper.
It's open!
Ah!
Have to go! We have a boat. Follow me.
Grab the gun, grab the gun, grab... alright, fine.
That was close.
Ti penseranno le fiamme a loro!
Well, so much for a nice evening sleep. Fuck that, I guess.
A boat. Are we going out on the river?
That is correct. Oh, you prefer to swim?
No.
She doesn't like boats?
Kapkunkra.
You know our language.
I know
fucking
enough to get into
polyglot.
trouble. Now, why are your soldiers fighting the fascists?
We fight anyone who tries to steal our country's heritage.
But who allowed them to enter into the country?
A general who is an admirer of Mussolini. An arrogant German archaeologist made a deal with him.
Voss.
You know him?
I know of him. Relax. We're on your side.
Get down. I am Pailin Chalat Pukalum. Who are you?
My name is Ginetta Lombardi, and this is Dr. Indiana Jones.
Doctor of what?
I'm an archaeologist.
Another one.
I'm not like Voss. But I know what he wants. And I know how to stop him from getting it.
This is feeling very
ฉันอยากจะมอบที่พักในกระ
mysterious
ท่อมตกปลาแห่งนี้ที่อยู่ริมแม่น้ำที่สวยงามของเราให้กับท่านและเพื่อนร่วมเดินทาง
Was hat gesagt? Der darf taste. Bitte in die Unterkunft in einer Hütte am Fluss an.
Sagen Sie ihm, wir sind hier nur für einen kurzen Besuch. Vielleicht das nächste Mal.
Die Rebellen haben eine beträchtliche Menge unserer Präsente an den General zerstört. Einer von ihnen wurde gestern Abend in Ihrem Dorf gesichtet.
ก็บอกไปแล้วว่าที่เนี่ยไม่มีกบฏเพราะถ้ามีใครเห็นน่ะฉันก็คงจะแจ้งไปแล้ว
Ich suche in Sukhothai. Sukhothai! Nach etwas sehr Wichtigem und diese Rebellen, verstehen Sie mich, Rebellen! Behindern meine Ausgrabung. Wir verschwinden erst, wenn Sie im Zaum halten. Haben Sie mich verstanden?
พวกเราก็แค่อยากจะใช้ชีวิตอย่างสันติปัญญาชนอย่างท่านก็น่าจะเข้าใจได้ดี
Nun gut. Einen schönen Abend noch. Schauen Sie diesem primitiven Menschen vorbei zu.
They're gone.
อ้าวขึ้นมากันได้แล้วไพลินฮะ
เรามาแล้วค่ะลุง
มากับใครเนี่ย
เพื่อนค่ะ พวกเขาออกมาช่วยเรา
surprisingly trusting for
เอาเรือมานี่สิ
seconds ago.
เอาละ
He's just standing there with his hand out.
ยุติการโจมตีได้แล้วไพลินมันอันตรายเกินไป
ก็ได้ค่ะลุงสุนันท์
You all right?
I think so.
Would you like some tea?
Oh, please. I would love some tea.
Are you coming, Dr. Jones?
Yes. I'll just be a moment.
Come to Lung Sunan's hut whenever you're ready, and let's discuss what you know.
I'll find you.
What are you up to, Indy? I don't know. I'm supposed to be playing you.
Mm. ใช่ ถ้าในพลรู้เรื่องนี้เมื่อไหร่ พวกมันต้องถูกโยนออกนอกประเทศแน่
ฉันได้ยินว่านายพลนั่นแหละที่อนุญาตให้พวกมันมาที่นี่
นั่นมันโกหกชัดๆ ท่านในพลมีศัตรูเยอะแยะ มีแต่พวกคนทรยศกับคนขี้ปดทั้งนั้น
ข้าไม่เข้าใจว่าทำไมเองถึงปกป้องไอ้นายพลนั่น มันนั่นแหละคนที่
This
เป็นคน
feels
ทรยศขี้
very
ปด
close to home right now.
อย่าคุยเรื่องการเมืองกันดีกว่าลุง จบไม่สวยทุกที
Okay. That hurt. Doctor, I'm guessing. Seeing lots of pumpkins and I can't take them. How sad. Ooh, printing. These look important. Why do they feel like they're laid out in a very specific way to be? Oh. I'm gonna take a picture. Not sure what that means, but we're gonna take a picture. All these interesting places and nothing to pick up anywhere around them? No written prayers or anything? Huh. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Exploring, that's for sure. Wandering around. Seeing what's here. Somehow ending up all the way down here. Good. Having technical difficulties.
หยุดแล้ว
ค่ะ ฉันนึกว่าวันนี้เราจะไม่ได้ไปตกปลาตอนกลางคืนแล้วซะอีก
ตกปลา Come on, let's go inside. มากเลยนะทุกอย่างดูสงบไปหมดเว้นก็แต่จิ้งหรีด
It's weird that the game let me just run around if there's nothing to, like there's nothing to pick up, there's nothing to see really. Like why did it give me this open space to walk around in if we aren't going to do it? It's kind of weird.
อ้าวลุงเตียงยังเลยครับผมห่วงเรื่องเครื่องยนต์เรือตัวเองเนี่ยมันสตาร์ทไม่ติดนะครับ
เอาไปให้ทองแดงดูสิเขาซ่อมเป็นนะ
I guess we'll just move along the story then, because there's no point in wandering around if there's nothing to be, really. It's beautiful, but...
Sawadi krap lung sunak.
สวัสดีขอต้อนรับสู่บ้านของฉัน
One question, Dr. Jones. What makes you any different from Boss? You are both here to steal our cultural heritage.
No, I'm not here to steal anything, but to ask for your permission. I have the greatest respect for your culture and its history. I even teach a course about the Siamese kingdom and its artifacts.
This relic we're looking for has great power, but to Voss, it is a weapon of war. He will do anything to get it.
Voss คือฆาตกรจอมลวงโลกเราจะช่วยคุณเพื่อขัดขวางไม่ให้เขาสำเร็จแต่
What's he saying?
He says he may help us, but there's a catch.
คุณจะต้องพิสูจน์ตัวเองซะก่อนเราถึงจะไว้ใจคุณได้
Pisu yonan krap. Anare krap.
โถอาถรรพ์
The Jar of Terror.
โถที่ต้องคำสาปด้วยมนต์ดำ
Okay.
ภายในโถบรรจุสิ่งที่คุณเกลียดกลัวที่สุดที่สัมผัสได้ คุณจะต้องล้วงมือลงไปในโถเพื่อคว้าเอามันออกมาเผชิญหน้ากับสิ่งที่คุณกลัว
What?
Test of bravery. The jar is cursed with magic.
You must prove yourself, Dr. Jones.
So what's in the jar? Is that a snake?
Snakes.
And I quote, I hate snakes. Lol.
ไส้หมูทำแกงอร่อยนะ
Pork intestines for the soup.
The immediate, like, adrenaline crash, he just said.
ตอนที่ฉันยังเด็กฉันเคยได้ยินเรื่องของชนรุ่นแรกๆว่าเมื่อนานมาแล้ว
As a boy, I heard of the first people. Ages ago, they arrived on the great raft.
ร้องขอเทวดาแห่งแม่น้ำให้คอยช่วย
Sky Spirit spoke to the angel of the river who guided their way.
ขยายพันธุ์จนเต็มก้นแม่น้ำ
They brought clams to multiply in the riverbed.
ก็ก่อวิหาร
And they raised a temple of stone.
เป็นที่ซ่อนของไข่มุก
Inside the temple was hidden
มียักษ์ร้ายคอยเฝ้ารักษา
the blessed pearl, protected by a terrible yak.
What's a yak?
From Yakshan, Sanskrit for giants. Shunka.
และเมื่อถึงเวลาที่ต้องพิสูจน์ความเป็นลูกผู้ชายฉันถึงออกตามหาไข่มุกศักดิ์สิทธิ์นั้น
To become a man, I went in search of the Blessed Pearl.
ฉันเสาะหาไปตามหนองบึงจนเจอเข้ากับยักษ์ร้าย
I journeyed the marshland until I found a yak in the water.
มันทุบหัวฉันจนสลบและเมื่อฉันฟื้นขึ้นในวิหารลับยักษ์ได้พูดกับฉันด้วยภาษาดึกดำบรรพ์
It struck me over the head. I woke up in a secret temple. The yak spoke to me in the old voice, an ancient language.
ฉันจึงขอร้องยักษ์เพื่อขอดูไข่มุกศักดิ์สิทธิ์นั้น
I begged the yak to see the Blessed Pearl.
และคงด้วยความสงสารยักษ์จึงนำหีบที่มีรูปร่างคล้ายหอยขนาดยักษ์ออกมา
The yak took pity on me. It uncovered a chest, shaped like a giant clam.
What was in it?
You said you know everything about our culture and history. Why don't you tell us what the giant revealed to Lung Sunan?
This is the real test. All right.
Hidden inside the chest was the Blessed Pearl. Carved in it was a word in a language so old no one could read it. My guess is the Blessed Pearl looks something like this.
คุณได้พิสูจน์ตัวเองแล้วดังนั้นเราจะช่วยคุณนำไข่มุกศักดิ์สิทธิ์กลับมามันอยู่ในบึงอินเดียนาโจนส์ตามหายักษ์ในน้ำให้เจอมันคอยเฝ้าอุโมงค์ลับใต้น้ำอยู่
ขอบคุณครับลุงสุนันท์
What did he say?
He's gonna help us find the Blessed Pearl.
Was any of that true?
Every good story is true in one way or another.
Lung Sunan trusts you, Dr. Jones, so please, don't let him down. I will arrange a boat for you, but you will also need a breathing device to go through the tunnel. Pay a visit to Tong Dang in the morning and he will assist you.
I'm assuming, I saw the glint of the fast travel, so now we can explore and see stuff.
You again. Good morning.
Go? Alright. We are all good now. We can find some bread, or even better, less likely that I'll find a ton of bandages here, but we'll see.
ส่วนลุงคะเล่านิทานเรื่องเจ้าชายให้ฟังหน่อยสิคะ
เอาสิมานั่งฟังมา
Storytelling tradition strong in this
ยังมี
village.
เจ้าชายผู้ยิ่งใหญ่องค์หนึ่งที่เกิดมาพร้อมงูสีขาวตัวหนึ่งคำแรกที่ออกจากปากเขาคือความกังวลเรื่องคนยากจน
Still don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing, but
คุณมีกล้องด้วยนี่นา ถ้าคุณถ่ายรูปให้ผมจะซื้อรูปจากคุณนะ
อาณาจักรของเขาก็เจริญรุ่งเรืองความเพื่อของชายผู้นี้ยิ่งใหญ่จนแม้แต่
You look great.
โอ้โห ขอบคุณมากนะครับคุณ รูปสวยมากเลย ขอบคุณอีกครั้งครับ ไปซื้อกรอบมาใส่ดีกว่า
ลืมคุณงามความดีที่พระราชาเคยทำให้ พวกเขาล้มบัลลังก์แล้วขับไล่เขา
All right.
จากอาณาจักร
Cool. Just ran into a guy who's like, I'll give you money if you take my picture. Okay. I'm staying cognizant of the time here. I have to be a very good boy and go to sleep. Ugh. Because I have not been good about that lately. While I had a very good and productive day, I am very tired about it. Finally got a lot of my workspace kind of settled a little bit more. Good. But like...
เป็นยังไงบ้าง
Yeah.
เราเปิดเผยตัวกันมากไปแล้วนะ
ก็ใช่ แต่เราจะปล่อยให้พวกทหารอยู่ที่นี่ไม่ได้หรอก พวกชาวบ้านจะป้องกันตัวเองไม่ได้เอานะ
งั้นเราก็ต้องรีบๆไล่ทหารพวกนั้นไปแล้ว ก่อนที่ไอ้นายพลมันจะตัดสินใจแกะรอยมาล้างบางเรา
กังวลเกินไปแล้ว เราพอมีเวลา
Wonder what they're cooking.
กลิ่นอะไรเนี่ย หอมชะมัดเลย
หนูลองทำอาหารสูตรใหม่นะคะลุง
เองเนี่ยมีพรสวรรค์เรื่องเอารสนั้นรสนี้มาผสมกันจริงๆ
All
นะ
this food and none of it is bread.
Hello?
ได้คลายเครียดก็ตอนทำอาหารนี่แหละค่ะ
อยากเป็นแบบนั้นบ้างจังข้านะ
ขอโทษ
ตอนที่
ที
ต้อง
นะ
ทำเท่านั้นแหละ
สวัสดี
แล้วลุงทำอะไรคลายเครียดคะ
ไม่ท
ลุงไม่คลายเครียดเลยเหรอ
ำไม่มีเวลาน่ะ
Best coconut soup I ever tasted, right here in
ลุง
Siam.
ตั้งแต่ยังหนุ่มไปทั้งเครียดเลยนะคะ
อ้าว นี่เห็นว่าข้ายังหนุ่มเหรอ
เยาว์วัยแล้วก็แข็งแรงเหมือนเด็กแรกเกิดเลยค่ะ
Did I research notes? Ah, this guy. He's back. All right. Genius method for dating the ruins was genius. Inspired future scholars to further refine its methodology. Note all the major observations documented in the story. Incursion to the cities of King Rang. Specifically, I'm curious about what Sisawai. Prince found evidence that it was a Brahmanical temple based on a stone stele depicting Shiva. Other scholars have found clues of hidden temple beneath Wat Sisawai. Perhaps I can find the entrance. Sunan says the treehouse is still there just as I left it. I will visit in the morning. We'll have to be careful about the foreign archaeologists spotted in the area. Apparently they're not treating the villagers kindly. Who is this person? Are they alive?
Warrior temple hidden in Wat Sisawai.
Can we go say hi? Like... This guy's talking about Uncle Sunan, who's obviously right here. You know, we stayed in his place yesterday, and...
Always fascinating watch the masters at
เกิน
play.
ไปนะ
ก็ที่เล่นกันนี่ ผมต้องกินของป้าให้ได้นี่นา ผมก็ต้องดูเดือดหน่อยสิ
กินของป้าได้ก็เท่านั้นแหละ ถ้าเธอปล่อยให้หมาถ้าจริง ฉันก็เป็นผู้หญิงที่ฉลาดสุดในหมู่บ้านแล้วล่ะ
I just hope whoever that is
ได้
didn't
ยินแบบ
die.
นั้นก็ดีใจนะ แต่ไม่หรอก ฉันไม่คิดนะว่าหมาแยกทำให้คนเราเก่งขึ้น
มาดูภาพดีๆกันจ้า
มีเรื่องอะไรดีด้วยเหรอ แค่เล่นแล้วสนุกดีก็
เธอถามว่าพวกคุณนอกทำอะไรกันบ้าง He said they haven't been violent, but they have no respect for them.
How have the authorities reacted?
แล้วทางการไม่ทำอะไรเลยเหรอ
ไม่เลย พวกเขากลัวจอมพลจนหัวหด
He said they turn a blind eye. The general's influence is too great.
These people don't deserve to be terrorized by Voss.
If you are done with
No,
your
they don't.
I will go now, Miss Lombardi.
Oh, no, please call me Gina. I really appreciate your help, Eileen.
Get in the boat? No, we're not getting in the boat.
Your boat is ready, Dr. Jones.
That's nice. We shall do that later. But right now, we continue to wander around a teeny bit longer before I have to turn off the game.
What's this?
You don't write down this. Dear Headman, we came to your land as guests of your illustrious general. In my country, we treat our guests with grace and generosity, yet at every turn we've been attacked by these so-called rebels. As the headman of your village and a good host of your land, I'm sure you will be upset at these events and wish to resolve them. Now, there are rumors that some of these rebels hell-bent on sabotaging our operation may in fact be residing in your village. Of course, I do not believe such slander. If rebels were hiding in your village, we would be forced to burn it to the ground, and I'm sure the general would be delighted to be rid of this problem. Advise you deal with these rumors, Headman swiftly, Emmerich Voss. Now leave me and deliver the message. No, don't translate.
It's all just collateral damage to Voss.
Yeah, it is. Because he's a fucking Nazi. Again, very much looking forward to taking his face and applying it to the nearest solid object at a very high velocity. It will feel I was just here.
Hi there.
Wonder how I can get the notes from the places I like, Shanghai. Oh, you can revisit. Interesting. Okay. Well, I got all the ones from Himalayas. That's all done. Yeah. Vatican. Oh, nope, there's a field work that's missing. Vatican, so I guess I gotta go back there. Then yeah, I missed things in Shanghai, so I guess I have to go back to Shanghai. I don't know how that works. I mean, I guess in the game you aren't going back anywhere. It doesn't matter, so. Indy said, oh, okay. Didn't realize this was officially mine.
อ้าวผู้มาเยือนเอ๋ยเข้ามาสิฉันจะดูดวงให้แค่เลือกแก้ว1 ใน 2 ใบนี้มาแล้วฉันจะบอกบางอย่างเกี่ยวกับอนาคต
Curious about this. Tell you something about your future. So that could be third movie, the fourth movie. Going gold cup or silver cup? What do you think? Okay, let's do silver. Something foreboding about it.
เมื่อเงาสูงตระหง่านทากทอลงมาสิ่งที่คุณรักที่สุดจะตกอยู่ในอันตรายขอให้โชคดีร่ำรวยครับเชื่อในสัญชาตญาณตัวเองเถอะครับคุณนั่นคือจุดแข็งที่สุดของคุณแล้ว
Interesting. Okay. When the tall shadow falls, what you love most will be.
เลยครับคุณมีอะไรมากมายที่บดบังจิตใจคุณอยู่แต่อีกไม่นานทุกอย่าง
Well, not very far future then. I'm guessing that's related to, this game.
เป็นยังไงบ้าง
Hey.
ภาพพิมพ์อะไรเหรอครับลุง
ภาพพิมพ์แกะไม้อันโปรดของข้าน่ะเองต้องรู้สิ
ลุงหาไม่เจอเหรอครับ
ใช่จำไม่ได้ว่าวางไว้ไหน
ไว้เจอแล้วผมจะบอกนะครับลุง
เองนี่ใจดีจัง
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. He basically said, when the tall shadow falls, what you love most will be at stake. Or something along those lines. The important parts being tall shadow falls and what you love being at stake.
Sounds delicious. First the flood, then the fascists. Tough conditions. Anything I can help you with?
You are Dr. Jones, yes? Pylon told me about you. Tell me, Doctor, are you familiar with Professor Fleming's work with mold broth filtrate?
Sorry, not that kind of doctor.
Oh.
What are you working on?
I'm trying to replicate the professor's work and cultivate my own medicine. After the floods happened last month, many people have fallen ill with bacterial infections, and I just don't have the medicine to help them.
Listen, if I were to find some medicine, would you accept it? As a gift, of course.
Yes, Doctor. I would be eternally grateful.
Oh, I think these are the ones that I was...
I hope one day the people of this village trust me. I'm only here to help after all.
Those, Those, I think, are the ones that I was missing from... Where am I bringing the fish crate? Huh. Well, there's a fish crate, and I very obviously need to bring it somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
There we go.
Maybe down there. Someone's missing a crate of fish. I do like, I mean, I like stealing from the fascists in general, so yeah. But yeah, for sure.
Hi there.
Ah, there we go. Fish crate. Hold on. I got the crate of fish. It's just upstairs. It's not far. It's in the shade at least, so, you know, it's not warm fish. Maybe it is because it might have been caught in warm water and it's not exactly cold, so.
อ้าวคุณเจอลังปลาฉันแล้วขอบคุณมากนะคะทุกอย่างกลับมาเรียบร้อยสักทีค่อยดีหน่อย
กล้วยฉันก็มีมาดูกันได้
มาซื้อปลากันจ้า
I'm seeing all these other things across the river here, and I don't want to, like, just jump. I don't think there's a way to actually get to those stalls without getting in the water.
สวัสดี
Hi.
And where were the places that I visited yesterday that were, like, you know, hidden off the side, beaten path and all that stuff? Is that still around, or... Go down this way. Oh, goat. Hi. Ah, yeah, like this. Oh, so those aren't abandoned houses. Okay. Just the way that the walkway is completely submerged there made me wonder if this was, like, just not being maintained or something, but nope, it's just heavy monsoon season. Floods.
Rice paddies, heart of Siamese farming.
Oop, goat.
Almost makes me want to take up meditation.
Everyone's over here quietly meditating, and Indy just comes slop, slop, slop in through the water. Just, you know, typical American. Okay, now I am kind of back here again. I think.
เป็นยังไงบ้าง
Hey.
Hey. maybe running out of things to do.
ขอโทษทีนะ ฉัน
Not
กำลัง
moving
กินอยู่
along.
น่ะ ได้เครื่องปรุงอีกน่ะ
Just there. There's the storyteller. Yeah, I think we might have gone everywhere that we can right now. Alright, well, let me go until it auto-saves and then move on, I guess.
They cut a good hole.
I think if I just go over by where I catch the boat,
สวัส
that'll
ดี
be enough.
Hello?
ตาป้าแล้ว
Did I look around down here? Yeah, I did. I think the boat is just over here, right? No, it's over there. Not exactly the most easy to navigate, huh? Oop.
Do we have to go by boat? Beautiful day for a walk, don't you think?
If you want to go for a walk, be my guest. I'll be in the boat.
Okay, but I need an autosave moment. Just one, please.
น้ำท่วมหอบปลิงมาเต็มไปหมด อยู่กันเต็มบ่อหมูเก่าเลย
ครับ ผมไม่เคยเห็นตัวดูดเลือดเยอะขนาดนี้มาก่อนเลย
แต่พวกมันก็มีสรรพคุณทางยานะ ใช้ห้ามเลือดได้เป็นต้น
งั้นผมก็ดีใจนะครับ ที่ตอนนี้หนูเป็นหมอของเราแล้ว ถึงเขาจะเป็นเด็กในกรุงที่ถือดีว่าตัวเองเหนือกว่าคนอื่น แต่อย่างน้อยก็ไม่คว้างปลิงใส่เรา
ถ้ากลัวปลิงก็อย่าขึ้นเรือจนกว่าน้ำจะลดดีกว่านะ
ผมสบายอยู่แล้วครับ แค่ไม่อยากทิ้งหมู่บ้านไป ตอนที่พวกทหารต่างชาติมาด้อมๆมองๆเต็มป่าไปหมดเท่านั้นเอง
พวกมันแย่กว่าปลิงอีก
ใช่เลยครับ
Right, how do I force it to save here? I mean, there's the fast travel point. Maybe I can go over there and just do something with that that'll trigger it. Ah, there we go. That worked. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that has to kind of be the end of today then. Oh, man. If this zone or area or whatever is anything like the last two, I believe this is the last one, the last level basically, is Thailand. And if it's anything like Egypt and the Vatican, then it's gonna be a long one, obviously. I kind of don't think we're gonna finish it this week. It kind of would have been nice to not feel like I was pausing the game while I was, going for surgery and then in recovery immediately afterward. But c'est la vie, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be back on Thursday though. So we'll have more of this. I might stream earlier on Thursday. Maybe. I'm considering it. I'm not going to the gym right now. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to stay not sick, basically. So I'm avoiding any extra contact that I don't need. And that includes going to the gym. So I do have a lot more time on my hands right now. I guess I could try to stream a little bit more, but at the same time, I'm also just trying to relax and chill and do things however I want to do it and try to tidy up a little bit so that everything's a little easier when I come back. But, you know, so we'll see. But anyway, we'll be back with more Indiana Jones on Thursday regardless. So at the very least, we'll be back 8:30, same time, same place. So very much looking forward to that for more of this. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all then. Very excited. Very exciting. This is, you know, the kind of Himalayas and Shanghai interlude was interesting. It was interesting. It moved things along real quick. I think it was all meant to be story stuff because, I mean, we found out that Laura Lombardi's dead. What's his face? Voss's henchman was killed. So all of that. Found out what the stones are for, what they do. All of that kind of all at once. And then we got thrust back into another kind of big open world, explore at your own pace kind of deal. So that's cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for tonight, I guess. I will see you all on Thursday. Have a great night. Until then, take care. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.